Have you ever worked hard for something only to lose it when you were finally close to achieving your dream? Have you ever asked yourself, why is this happening to me? Sometimes, life takes something away from us and we believe it is the end. But what if the ending you are crying over is actually leading you toward a new beginning? Today, I want to share the story of a man named Daniel, a man who lost his job, lost his confidence, and believed his life was falling apart. But later, he discovered a truth that changed his life forever. Sometimes, everything happens for a reason. So take a deep breath, relax, and listen to this story. Daniel was a hard-working man. For more than 10 years, he had worked at the same company. He arrived early every morning. He stayed late when necessary. He worked hard and gave everything he had to his job. Daniel believed that his hard work would eventually be rewarded. He dreamed of becoming a manager. He dreamed of earning more money. And most importantly, he dreamed of creating a secure future for his family. One day, his manager called him into the office. Daniel walked into the room with a smile. He thought perhaps this was the day he would finally receive the promotion he had been waiting for. But instead, his manager looked at him with a serious expression. The company was experiencing financial problems. Several employees were being let go, and Daniel was one of them. For a moment, Daniel could not speak. After 10 years of loyalty, his job was suddenly gone. He walked out of the building, holding a small box containing his personal belongings. The same building he had entered every morning for 10 years now stood behind him. Daniel sat in his car. He looked at the box beside him, and for the first time in many years, he felt completely lost. He asked himself, "Why me? I worked so hard. I did everything right. How could this happen?" The next few weeks were difficult. Daniel applied for jobs. He sent applications. He attended interviews, but nothing worked out. Some companies rejected him. Others never replied. Every rejection made him feel worse. Slowly, Daniel began to lose confidence. He stopped believing in himself. He began to think, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe my best years are behind me. Maybe I will never succeed again. One evening, Daniel sat alone in his kitchen. His father noticed how quiet he had become. His father had always been a wise man. He looked at Daniel and said, "Son, sometimes life removes something from our hands because our hands need to be free to receive something new." Daniel looked at him. "But what if nothing better comes?" His father smiled. "Then you keep walking until you find it." Those words stayed in Daniel's mind. A few days later, Daniel received a phone call from an old friend named Michael. Michael owned a small business. He was looking for someone to help him. The job was completely different from Daniel's previous career. It paid less money. And honestly, Daniel was not interested. He had spent 10 years building a career he did not want to start again, but he needed work, so he accepted the opportunity. At first, Daniel felt uncomfortable. Everything was new. He had to learn new skills. He had to make decisions he had never made before. He made mistakes. He felt frustrated. But slowly, something unexpected happened. Daniel began to enjoy the work. He discovered that he was good at solving problems. He discovered that he enjoyed working directly with people. He discovered skills he had never used in his previous job. One day, Michael said something that changed Daniel's thinking. He said, "Daniel, you have been working for someone else for 10 years. Have you ever thought about building something of your own?" Daniel became quiet. He had never seriously considered it. He had always been afraid of failure, afraid of losing money, afraid of starting over. But then he remembered his father's words. Sometimes life removes something from your hands because your hands need to be free to receive something new. Daniel began thinking about starting his own business. At first, he was terrified. He did not know exactly what to do, but he started small. He researched, learned, saved money, made mistakes, and tried again. The first year was difficult. There were days when he wanted to quit. There were moments when he questioned himself. But he continued, slowly. His business began to grow. 1 customer became 5. 5 became 20. And eventually, Daniel was able to create a successful business of his own. Years later, Daniel stood in front of his own company. He looked at the building, and suddenly, he remembered the day he had lost his old job, the day he had sat in his car, holding a box of his belongings, believing his life was over. But now, he understood something. Losing that job had been one of the most painful experiences of his life. But it had also been the beginning of a new life. If he had never lost his job, he may never have met Michael. If he had never met Michael, he may never have discovered his hidden abilities. And if he had never discovered those abilities, he may never have started his own business. The thing he had once considered a disaster had become the beginning of his greatest success. Sometimes, we only see what we have lost. We do not see what life may be preparing to give us. A rejection can feel like failure, but sometimes it is redirection. A delay can feel frustrating, but sometimes it is preparation. An ending can feel painful, but sometimes it is creating space for a new beginning. Of course, this does not mean that pain is easy. It is okay to feel sad. It is okay to be disappointed. It is okay to cry. You do not have to pretend that everything is fine. But while you are going through the difficult moment, try to remember, this may not be the end of your story. You are only seeing one chapter, and one difficult chapter does not define the entire book. Maybe you lost something recently. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe someone walked away from you. Maybe an opportunity disappeared. Maybe a plan you worked hard for did not happen. And perhaps, right now, you cannot understand why. But please, do not give up. Keep moving forward. Keep learning. Keep believing in yourself. The path may change, but that does not mean your destination is gone. Sometimes, the road you plan to take is not the road that will lead you to your greatest life. Sometimes, life has a different plan. And although you may not understand it today, one day, you may look back and say, now I understand why that had to happen. So, if life feels difficult right now, take a deep breath. You may not understand the reason today, and that is okay. You do not need to have all the answers. Just take the next step, then another and another, because sometimes the door that closes behind you is the same door that pushes you toward your true purpose. Remember, a rejection may be redirection. A delay may be preparation. An ending may be a new beginning. And sometimes, the greatest blessings in life begin as painful disappointments. If this story inspired you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more motivational stories and life lessons. And before you leave, write in the comments, I trust my journey, because even when you cannot see the whole path, you can still keep walking, keep believing, keep growing. And remember, everything may not be happening the way you planned, but perhaps everything is happening for a reason. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, stay strong, stay hopeful, and trust the journey of your life.